Welcome to a realm where the pulse of sports thrills and the spark of technology sizzles. Join Ronald Boleware and your charismatic host, Jay, aka Jonathan Anderson. Together, they unpack the latest in sports and technology. This is Noonish Sports and Tech.
Hello, good world. How are y'all doing today? What's going down, man? We're about to have a fabulous show. It is Wednesday, my favorite day of the week. Sometime around noon. I think it's noonish. What you think about it?
I think it's noonish.
I think it's noonish too, man. If y'all didn't know, this is Noonish Sports and Tech. I'm your host, Jay, aka Jonathan Anderson, here with my awesome co-host, my unk, Ronald Boleware. What's going down, Unk?
Oh man, it's Wednesday.
Yeah.
It's the Olympics.
Yep.
It's a day before track and field starts. And it's only about a minute and a half before CY, the first lady of F1, come on and give us the info.
The one and only.
The one and only. So this is a great day.
Yes,
it's
it is.
a Wednesday around noonish.
Yes, it
My
is.
favorite day of the week.
And we get to watch USA versus Sudan after the show too. So
yes, USA.
South Sudan.
Sudan.
But anyway, man, yeah, we're very excited about this show, man. The USA has been popping off in the Olympics. Getting a few more goals. You know, I'm hoping that we start to collect more because those are the ones that matter to me. You know, second and third is cool. Having a whole lot of medals is awesome, but I love those goals.
Nothing like gold.
Nothing like gold, baby. You know, that's why I got the gold hat on today with the gold front. You know, I'm doing it for a reason. You know, I'm trying to
set the tone.
You set the tone.
Yeah,
you know what I'm
go,
saying? For the
let's
rest
see
of
it.
the Olympics, baby. We got track starting tomorrow. So we also got an awesome guest joining us today, Mr. Ray Edwards from Ray's Take. So it's going to be a fun one, man. But let's get this thing jumped off, man. We're going to bring in the first lady of F1, Miss CY. What's going down, girl?
There she is, the first lady.
First
What's
lady
up?
F1.
I got my gold chain for some gold medals.
Yep.
Two chains, actually. That's what they call me.
2 chains.
Oh, 2 chains.
Yeah.
It's not as good as Unk's chain, but we're working towards it, you know?
Hey, we got to build up to that, CY. You know how this goes.
It took Uncle a while to get it, you know.
Yeah.
He's been around a couple more decades, so you see why.
For a little minute.
Couple more decades.
Okay. Yeah, a couple more decades.
For a little minute. And before we get started real quick, I just want to say something. If you're new to the show, man, if you see something during the show you like and you want to talk about, say something. But before you do that, you know, go subscribe to the show, man. Hit that like button, hit that notification bell, so when we pop off something, you're notified that we're popping off.
No, absolutely.
But with that being said, Miss CY, what's good, Miss First Lady of F1? It was a crazy race this weekend.
Oh my God. Okay. I think we have like a pretty good track record of predicting some of these things. But this one couldn't have seen it. I did not have this on my radar for Spa. It was a crazy, crazy race. But before I get into that, speaking of people liking and subscribing, my family is tuned in today to watch the show. So, Mom, if you could learn how to log into YouTube so you can like and subscribe for joining us. You guys have to say hi to Mama Yebra. She is out in the Houston area. She she taught me more about sports than anybody else. She went to school with Sean Elliott of the Spurs.
Nice.
And so I like to think that I'm also a Spur because of that, just the basic connection. No, she's great. She loves sports.
We were actually talking about Sean Elliott 2 weeks ago.
Oh, yeah.
really?
We were talking about the Spurs.
Yeah.
And the solid players on the squad. You know how Jordan would come to Texas and lose to the Houston Rockets and the San Antonio Spurs often because he couldn't deal with, David Robinson, Sean Elliott, and those guys, right?
Yeah.
And
absolutely.
he couldn't deal with Akeem Olajuwon and those guys over there on that side. So.
Love that. Well, they were best buds back in the day. She was telling me he had a crazy health scare recently where he had to have something checked out for his heart. I was like, wow, Mom, she's really in the know. She should join the next broadcast to talk about all the health concerns of the athletes.
You know, hey, tell Sean that he can come join too. We can have some fun with old Mr. Sean and your mom on the show.
Okay, Mom, come on, with the information, because you probably got that from somewhere. I see why
you raised the champion right here. You know, on that sports tip, Mama Yebra. Well done. Well done.
I didn't get any height from her or from my family. Like I'm pretty small, so they were like, we got to build up her brain. You know, she's not very fast. She's not a good soccer player. We got to make her smart, and that's what I'm here for.
Look at Sir Lewis Hamilton. You know, we can say the same thing about him. You know, and what's the guy Yoki? The guy that you're bigger than him?
Yuki.
Yeah.
Yuki.
Well, you know, see why this is one of Unc's saying. You say Unc got a lot of sayings. This is what I tell people. Give me the people good from the neck up, and I'll win every time.
Every time.
So if they got a strong brain, I'll take them over
you
somebody.
You like those neck up guys and gals.
Yeah, I like those neck up guys.
All day long.
Yeah,
I'm
absolutely.
gonna add that to my Instagram bios. Good from the neck up over here.
Yeah, from the neck up. hey, because this is the truth. See why you got more people good from the neck down than you do from the neck up.
Absolutely. Absolutely, and that's a travesty,
and that's the real truth.
Well, but thank you. That's a good saying. I'm gonna write that down.
Yeah,
Unc has some really good sound bites.
With no further ado, see why. Let's get to F1.
let's get back to why I'm here.
Absolutely.
Well, okay, so Spa was crazy. Again, I did not predict how the outcome would play. So. It was a really long race. I teased that it's the longest track on the calendar of the year. So the laps are a lot. There's less laps, but it's a pretty long track. So there was an interesting tire strategies. Most people were having 2 pit stops because the tires were wearing so fast. It's not only fast, there's a lot of turns. The tires were, degradation was pretty high. So most drivers took a 2-stop strategy, including Lewis Hamilton. Actually, most of the grid. There were only a handful who didn't. Well, George Russell, I think he started in 6th on the grid. He makes
his Mercedes teammate, right? For those that don't know.
Correct. The Mercedes, my second favorite Mercedes driver, George, gets out in front, and he hasn't made a pit stop. They make a call somewhere during the race to say, you know what? Let's go all out. Let's finish the race on these tires. So he only did 1 stop, which, as you know, when people pit stop, it takes quite a bit of chunk of time off of, it slows them down, right? They've got to come in. The pit stop might be fast, but they still have to get out of the pit lane and then get out back onto the road. So sometimes you can lose between 20 and.
Whoa, where's CY go? Where'd you go? Yeah, you dropped right off. Hold on. Let me get you back on here. Okay. That was a strange deal right there, y'all. But good thing we're pros.
Yeah.
So just gotta be a pro right now. There we go. There we go.
Am I back?
All right. Yep, you're back.
The information was too good that I sent myself into outer space. There was just too much
That's
goodness
like
happening.
Live.
Yeah.
Like seriously, you went into orbit.
I just blasted off into space. Speaking of blasting off into space, George Russell, anyway, he only does 1 stop, and that gives him a great advantage timing wise. So he leads the race. He wins the race. Everyone's really excited. George is really emotional. Social media is going crazy because, again, it wasn't really on everyone's radar. So George, Lewis, and Oscar are on the podium. Well, celebrations clear, champagne dries up, and the FIA sends a letter and says that after the review of all the cars, which they do before and after the race for obvious reasons to make sure everything's up to the book.
There's no cheaters.
George Russell's car comes in 1.5 kilograms, which I think is like, what does it translate to? Like just a couple of pounds. Yep. It underweight, and they don't play around with weight on these cars. Any type of weight can slow or speed up the cars. So coming in underweight is problematic.
Yes, that's not a good thing.
We're not playing around. So he's disqualified entirely, not just like not a grid penalty, but like literally knocked out of the race. And
That's
so
crazy.
Lewis, probably from his private plane, headed to his next venture,
Yeah.
wins the race, and and so the celebrations,
When I left the house, George Russell won the race. It was a done deal.
Yeah.
Lewis Hamilton got second. He wasn't too happy about it, but George made it. It was a good race. And then did Max end up in third?
No, he was further back. He had some
he was like in
issues,
fifth or sixth or something, right? There was a guy from McLaren, wasn't it?
Oscar, yeah.
Yeah. He was on Lewis's, or he was catching up to Lewis right towards the end. So they had to. I feel like towards the end, Lewis and George were just driving to make sure that they didn't mess anything up.
Yeah.
They didn't lose their position. So
it was kind of like when McLaren, Mercedes was kind of an interesting. Well, maybe Lewis should go out in front because he really is the fastest car. He did take 2 stops, so maybe he should go out in front. But they ultimately let them battle it out. They're both, Lewis tries to overtake, but George really outdrove him and ends up winning. So I don't know, it was kind of weird energy. I felt like I'm always bummed when drivers don't win and then they don't win right there, or they win after because of points or disqualification. So I was excited for Lewis, but at the same time, didn't have the same celebration as the other day when he won his first race over at Silverstone for the season.
Yeah.
But it's really interesting. There are a couple of speculations on why this could have happened or how. Ultimately, it's kind of the team's responsibility to track these things. So there's some speculation that because he didn't stop for tires, that he was losing so much of the material off the tire that those little pebbles that come off or marbles that come off from the degradation from the track and the tires in combination, running at the speeds that they do, they were speculating that combined with him losing weight in the car, he was probably sweating a lot and some other things that really ultimately led to the disqualification of being off by just a couple of pounds, which is pretty crazy. But they don't mess around over there.
Yeah, that's strange though, because they have to factor that every week, right? Him losing weight in the car and all that good stuff. So
yeah, something went astray over there. Someone didn't add up all their decimal points, but he was a good sport about it. Lewis was a good sport about it. Mercedes has good energy, but I also think because Lewis is on his way to the next team, that I don't know, it's kind of an interesting dynamic between them. But everyone was, I'm sure George wasn't pleased, qualified, and also the points matter right now. The constructor championship is still up for grabs, so every point matters.
Yep. No, that's a whole wild finish. Lewis didn't seem like he was very happy about it. He wasn't. I'm sure he's happy he got the win right at the end of the day, but he wanted to earn it type deal. He got beat right there. So it's never a good feeling, but it was cool. It was a very entertaining race early Sunday morning, which I enjoyed. I appreciated that,
You were like, I came out of church and all these things happened.
Yeah. It's like, what in the world?
The Lord wanted Lewis Hamilton to win.
That's it. Last week his car could have gotten crushed. This week he's given the win. It's like I said, it was in the cards for Lewis to win.
Oh yeah. So, sometimes when it's in the cards, it's in the cards.
It's in the cards, can't nobody stop it from happening, right?
Absolutely.
Not even if you win. Someone else wins, right? Yeah, so also, just crazy news, right? Last week we were talking about, Williams, and I'm actually not bummed because we thought it was a good idea, right? Cristiano didn't know if it would actually happen, right? But there was a mention last week of Carlos Sainz possibly signing with Williams Racing because he was taking his dear time and no one really knew what was going on. And please, Cristiano, expand.
I was blowing your phone up all weekend because I was like, things are happening. I got to get the updates in. But yes, as speculated, and it's cool that we did the show later last week because a lot of things happened really fast. So there would have been a lot to talk about, but there still was. So yes, Williams makes an offer to Carlos. I'm sure he had others, but when you really look at the available seats, the timing, who the principals are at these teams, where the engines and how the cars are performing, I do understand. I don't love it, but I do understand the move to Williams for Carlos. In terms of consistency, foundation, history, and a strategy, Williams has it.
Yeah.
The other teams that were up for Audi's also joining the grid, so there's a lot of things that are coming up. But
that's awesome.
the strategy and like the consistency and where these teams are at, that would be a new team. They're figuring things out. Same thing with Alpine and Sauber. There's just like, there isn't the same type of data and they haven't performed. So if you really look at it, the best option for Carlos was probably here. Williams probably forked over a very nice chunk of change to make this happen. But as we talked about, and you brought this up last week, Carlos is great commercially. So maybe more sponsors will step up because they have this, you know, star from Ferrari that, I don't know, maybe they'll be able to fund some more improvements. The sponsorship dollars will come in. Logan Sargent is the American driver that will be leaving. And although I thought he was great commercially, he struggled to perform. So I'm not sure if he's going to end up in another F1 seat or maybe go back to some of the lower tiers of F1 or Formula racing. So we'll see what happens, but I'm interested to see what type of funding and sponsorship that Carlos brings to the table. And unfortunately, I'm so sorry, he's not a black driver. I know that was your dream.
I mean, it just fits with Williams, is all I'm saying. But no, but I think it's a great thing, and it can be a great thing. And I'm sure because of how bad they've been in his name there, he's got to feel some kind of security, right? And not so much pressure as he would feel at other, teams, right?
Maybe. I think like he's a competitive guy. You can see that in his performance. Like he wants to win. I think what this will really be a test of is taking a really seasoned driver who's won races. And I wouldn't say super consistently, but he's at least been on podiums and won. And someone like Logan has struggled to even get into Q3 sometimes. So maybe we'll make this a test of the cars and the drivers paired together. Maybe Williams has a great car that they haven't been able to maximize just because of a lack of experience from the driver. Maybe not. I don't know. Logan did really well in the other tiers like the F2 and F3, but we'll see what happens. I think Carlos is going to do what he can with it. And there's a lot of regulation changes coming to cars in a couple of years. So I think he signed a shorter term contract. And that's probably because he's like, let me see how this goes. It's the best option for me right now. At the very least, I can help get them some points where they really struggled. And I don't know, maybe with the new regulations for the cars coming up, there'll be some good positive changes.
Yeah, they seem to have regulation changes annually. It seems, right? But they're big ones though. There's some big like that's where Mercedes, lost their dominance was the changes that Red Bull came to the table with, and
it's taken them this long to recover and figure it out.
Exactly. So they make upgrades through the season, but same. I like the shakeup. I think I would love to see Williams back on the podium, and I think Carlos will take them there. So I think overall, I think it's a good opportunity for him. I think it's a good opportunity for F1 and of course Williams to get back to the race. Let's see if we can win a championship.
For sure. So coming into this last stretch of the season, how do you feel about where everyone is currently placed or seated right now?
I think there's a lot of opportunity for the constructors to have a mix up here. I think that Red Bull's not running away with it. I talk about that every week. Like they're not so far away that someone couldn't catch up. Max still dominates in the points for the drivers, but Lando's creeping his way up. Same with Oscar. Leclerc even is still in contention. Like he's still they're far off, but Lewis is gaining his points. I think obviously with George being disqualified, he didn't get the points from the last race, but they're making improvement. So I hope that these guys take a nice break. And I hope they come back to the second half of the season, like fully rested, prepared, and buckled up for the crazy calendar of events that they have coming up. So they'll come back, they'll do the Dutch GP, the Italian GP, they'll go to Azerbaijan and Singapore, like pretty rapid pace. And then they come to the US in October for the Grand Prix in Austin. So they got a lot of travel. They're going all over the world. It's going to be a lot of work. So I hope they rest and come back with some good energy. They're not going to be making likely any big announcements during that summer break. I haven't seen that happen as frequently. So I hope they chill and come back ready to party.
Man, it'll be cool to get down to that Austin race. I haven't been out there yet. Have you been to it yet?
I have. It is incredible. It doesn't feel like you're in Austin because it's kind of just like out on some land and you don't really see Austin. But it is very spread out. It's a great track. It's not one that's super well known, I feel like, if you don't follow Formula One, but it's
sure.
a cool one to follow. They do a lot of cool things there during the off season, but not off season, but throughout other races. And I feel like it's a cool spot. It's definitely like a good entry point to F1. I think going to Monaco for your first race or Singapore, like that's a big jump. So I always say that Austin is a great entry point. There's 3 races here in the US now, so you got multiple opportunities, but for a while Austin was the only one before Miami and Vegas popped up. So we'll see.
How in the heck did Austin get it before Miami and Vegas is wild to me.
I think it's the land. I really like, if you think about it, Texas has a lot of good property to do these, and Austin's a central hub. Like, I'm not surprised by it. I wish they would have done something maybe in Dallas, just selfishly because I live here, but when you really look at it, there's not as much space as there used to be. So I think Austin's a good fit for them.
Nice. So I mean, that's I'm looking forward to the second half of the season, man. It's been a very exciting first half. I don't think anybody anticipated Max taking so many L's this year and not, reaching so many podiums. Like, he hadn't been on the podium in the past. Well,
he was there last week, right? He's gone a couple of races without a win, which is so rare compared to the last couple of years. So I
dominating Deng in every race.
Exactly. They were giving him a hard time because he stays up late on basically the virtual racing that you can do, and he pops on, he does live streams, and he races. So they were giving him a bunch of crap because he was staying up late and racing. Like, should it be focusing? And then he fought back, like, please just like let me. Obviously, I know what I'm doing. If anything, it's like practice for me. So I don't know.
It is.
Got a lot of
that's exactly
lately,
what it is.
So.
Yeah.
It's. I mean, that's. So VR corporate training is something that I have been heavily involved in, right? And it's the repetition. You still, it's not real, but you still get the reaction time. You still get the feel, So if I can see it, especially if I'm driving at the track that I'm riding on tomorrow, right? I kind of have an advantage over anyone that's not doing this, because now I can do this 100 times before I race.
Yep.
And now tomorrow, the only conditions that matter are, that are outside of what I'm looking at right now, or, if something falls on the track, or, wind, or, the climate or whatever. But outside of that, like, I'm seeing what I see, and it is measured out perfectly. It's tricking the brain is what it is at the end of the day.
Yeah, it's one of those sports where you really can practice anywhere. The sims that they do are really high tech. They allow them to jump into any track really and start to get familiar with how the car performs in those places, which I love seeing. A couple of times on YouTube I've seen F1 release the drivers with their eyes closed and driving a certain track, and they do it by memory because they know the turns, they know every inch and corner of these tracks because they've done it so many times. I'm like, I can barely drive. I can barely drive to Richmond without my maps on. So I'm like, how are they guys doing this? So
that's
anyway,
insane.
it's really cool.
Like the driving, because like hitting a baseball, like that's how I used to know when I was on and ready for the season, because I could close my eyes and hit it off the tee. You know what I'm saying? Like, my swing is my swing, right? So knowing that they're doing that with a track is mind blowing. That's a lot more than a stationary ball on the tee.
Oh, that's way more.
You know what I'm saying? Like, that is insane. These cats are that's cool. Yeah, they locked all the way in. They locked all the way in. But I love it. Yeah. I love it. You been watching these Olympics, CY?
I've been trying to catch a little bit here and there. I have it up on my TV like while I'm working and try to jump in. But I'm so proud of the girls. I love seeing the diversity. I love seeing all the social media. Yeah. I love it. I don't know. I just feel like it's like the one time where we all kind of invest in U.S. sports in a different way than we normally do, and we're all
the big three,
the same team. Yeah,
and not just CY. To me, I know we don't talk about this on this sport on this show. We talk about sports, but to me, when the Olympics is going on, people are more united for one cause than they are pretty much any other time. People that don't even like each other can't even agree on what type of soda to drink. They cheer for you.
Exactly. It brings everybody together. That's why
it kind of does.
Going to bars and stuff like that during these like bigger events during the U.S. During the Olympics, man. Like,
everybody's cheering for the U.S.
Yeah.
Nobody's saying nothing bad. Everybody's cheering.
Exactly.
So that's a big joy for me.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. No, I've never felt more patriotic than I do.
Yeah. That's it. That's it. Nobody people are more patriotic during the Olympics pretty much than there are a lot of other times.
Absolutely.
Would you call the Olympics must-see TV?
Oh yes, because I was sitting up watching rugby the other day, man. I was sitting up watching rugby. I was sitting at the edge of my I was sitting at the edge of my seat because of the athletic ability and the things they were doing.
Yeah,
and and I don't see that because I don't see rugby a lot
for sure.
So, but and I was sitting there. I was watching synchronized swimming.
Oh man,
and I'm like, can you believe the coordination of these guys? No. Oh no, they were two men.
Oh,
man.
I
mean, what? And they have to go down. Like when they go down 18 inches, we both got to go 18. One of us can't go 18 and a half or 19.
Yeah, that's crazy.
It's so precise, and all of these athletes have special talents, and that's what's so amazing to me is that everybody is doing something that there's only a few people in the world can do this
at this level.
At this level,
and they're all here right now.
And they're all right here right now, and I'm competing against them.
No, I love that. Awesome. I just never thought I'd see so much of Flavor Flav and Snoop Dogg on my TV. I've seen them nonstop. I'm like, guys.
Yeah.
But I love that. I love the media side of it too. Like, yes, I love that it brings people together, but it's so funny to watch some of these segments. And I'd be lying if I said that I don't cry every single time they show like a family story of like how because I love watching the families support because this is like the peak opportunity for them, and some of these kids are young, young.
We're gonna talk about an 11-year-old on the show later. We've got a 16-year-old running in our USA track team
going to the Olympics. Not just the athletes sacrifice, the whole family. That's why you see that's why you see the families in there cheering so hard because they have sacrificed
come along with
gave up so much.
Absolutely to be here. Yeah, absolutely, man. No, that's
I love it.
The Olympics is a very
must see TV.
It's must see TV. We're gonna leave it at that. We're gonna leave it at that, man, because it pulls you the heartstrings. It does everything. You're gonna hit every emotion, anger when your team loses. What was that, bro? Like Canyon, what you doing, dog? How'd you get in the NBA shooting like that? But I'm just playing. But anyway, it's a great time.
That was me watching new sports where I was like mountain biking, and like here I am. I probably couldn't bike off a curb. These girls are biking up a mountain and down the mountain, and here I'm like critiquing their biking skills. Like I could jump in and do this. I'm like,
exactly. Hey, don't be Skip Bayless. Hey, but Christiana, thank you very much for the F1 report from the First Lady of F1. We enjoy it so much. Yeah. And the people do too, man. Hey, if y'all don't know, we got the best First Lady F1 ever. She's better than yours. All right, we'll see y'all next week. See you next week, CY.
Thank you guys. Bye.
Bye.
Yeah, man. That's how we do it with that, man. It's a good time right there. CY is off the chain. You already know what's up.
Oh yeah.
But we have Ray joining us here in a little bit. But until then, we can talk about these Olympics for a little bit. I guess we got Ray coming, so I'm gonna keep this in my ear. Yeah. I've been watching everything. I was watching skateboarding yesterday.
Oh yeah, I've been watching everything that I'm have time and can get in.
Yeah.
Like I said, I'm watching synchronized swimming, rugby, diving, swimming.
Yeah. See, I was watching skateboarding because Nyjah Houston was competing. Nyjah Houston was a little kid on Tony Hawk Skateboard, the video game back in the day.
Oh, okay.
Like I'm talking, he's probably like 8 years old in that game. If you're in the chat right now, if you see something, say something. Please introduce yourself. If you know how old Nyjah Houston was when Tony Hawk came out, please let me know. I saw him on the skateboard competition, going hard. You know what I'm saying? The skateboard is different because these guys pop in the little headphones and go knock the tricks out.
Oh yeah.
So if y'all didn't see the skateboard competition, I believe a guy from Japan won it. He was I believe he was. I think it was Japan. But he did a move on his skateboard, and I know he's been taking karate his whole life because he did a reverse spin. And the form and the precision in which he did this thing when he kicked that board up on that rail. Like he jumped up, spun around, hit the rail with his skateboard like at a certain angle, and then boom, finished the when he landed, he just skated off and was chill with it, dog. I was like, man, these boys are cold out here. How in the world can you control a board on a rail, jumping, spinning, flipping?
Hey, just like I said, all of these athletes
And land that
have
thing.
special talents.
Yeah, it's crazy.
Special.
That's what I love to see. You know, all the
Oh, yeah.
different. I was watching handball. Israil was playing against I forget who it was the other day. They got this chubby dude in the middle. This from Israil. You know, I'm talking. Buck had to be like 5'8", 215. Not muscular.
He was
chubby.
quick though.
He get this ball in the middle. My boy was jumping. As soon as he got in that air, whatever that goalie did, he could not figure out what he was going to do with that rock. He kept scoring. I was like, look at so in a small space, this chubby dude was the coldest handball offensive player I've ever seen in my life.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So like things like that blow my mind.
Yeah, I mean, these guys, like I said, they got special talents, and he's just one of those guys that you can look at and misjudge. Every now and then, you'll say, this guy, look at he may be a little bit too chubby.
Yeah.
He can't jump. He's not that quick, but then he defy all the odds and then be the best.
Yeah.
And that's the kind of stuff you see in the Olympics.
Because you're not exposed to that sport on a regular basis.
Regular basis.
You know what I'm saying? And even the rowing, the swimming.
Oh, I love rowing.
Yeah.
I love rowing.
Yeah.
And when you see those guys rowing, man, look at their back muscles, man. You could, oh my God. So, all of those sports, man, it's just amazing. And this is what vexed my spirit is that when you read on the internet that 30% of the people think that they could get a medal in the Olympics.
Oh my gosh. Like what? Who are they talking to? Who are these people they talking to? Are they saying just like in any one of these competitions?
I mean,
like,
in some sport, they think that they could get a medal. And I want to tell you, I know this for a fact, that 100% of you cannot get a medal in the Olympics. 100% of you that think you cannot. Unless you are in the Olympics, you cannot. Because this is the whole thing. And when you see the sports in the Olympics, this is not like watching the NFL. Each team got 50 guys. You got 32 teams, and this is just reserved for the United States, pretty much. These are people from all over the world doing all different things in all different ways in a very special way.
Yeah.
And for anybody to sit there and say that I can do that, I am the one that's going to tell you, no, you can't.
Yeah.
You can't do anything
that these people are doing.
Yeah.
And if you could, you'd be doing
that. Thank you.
Because these people are not like your ordinary NBA or MLB or NFL guys where they get paid a lot of money to do this job.
Some of
these people are dedicated and are passionate about whatever the sport is, and have been disciplined enough to become the best or within the top 1% of whoever's participating in this sport or whatever it is. Like, that's not you. You don't have the dedication. You don't have the ability and the skill. Maybe you had ability and the skill. I don't know, but you didn't put your all into it like that.
Yeah.
You don't have a passion behind it. These Olympians are different people. That's why you see an Olympian, they got an Olympic tat somewhere. I can't do. Like, no, dog.
No, you can't.
You'd have done it, bro.
No, you can't. And for me, that's why I'm so in awe. It's because I know I can't do it.
Yeah.
I know I can't swim like that.
Man. I'm watching that young lady from Australia last night. She hits that won the backstroke.
Yeah.
Man, she hit that first wall after that first 50 in third place.
And did that flip.
Popped that flip.
And stayed under.
Wop, came back.
When she came up.
Her strategy, she knew she had a strategy because even that first 25 on that lap back, she was still behind. But by that 25 marker, she was about even or just a little bit behind that first place girl. And I'm just watching, I'm like, oh, her arms are turning
and she went
oval right now.
And she went from third to first.
Like
in about
that.
4 strokes.
Yes, and she went
took
whoop,
off.
Whoop, whoop, whoop. She took
and
off.
I'm saying, man, look at that.
Yeah, she stuck up playing, and she won by like 3 or 4 tenths. That was insane, man.
Yeah, that
a lot of fun to watch. What's going on in the Olympics right now, man? Yeah, so.
But if you're on the chat, say something.
See something, say something.
See something, say something. We like for people to come in, say what they want to talk about. And while we going, if Ray not here, we might well start going out.
Yeah, we can go on and get it in. You know, when Ray jumps on, we'll jump back to it. But you know, the USA track is starting tomorrow, but we can make that the last topic that we talk about today for the moment. But let me see here. You got people calling. Next up, oh yeah, we got a big fight this weekend, people.
Oh yeah.
Oh wait, Mr. Terence Crawford.
Terence Bud Crawford.
Mr. Terence Crawford. Hold on, I'm getting Kurt. I'm on the show, man. Shout out Curtis Wilkinson. He will be a guest on the show, man. Former MLB ball player for the Texas Rangers. That's my guy. Just hit me up real quick. Just got to hit him back real quick, man. We live. This is Noonish, man.
Yeah,
welcome to the show. We having a lot of fun over here.
All kind of things be jumping off on the live show. You know, we looking at just trying to see what's going on and how the show is sounding on YouTube.
Yes, sir. If we're having issues, somebody say something.
Yeah, say something. If you see something, say something. And
I'm gonna put it on, and you can step out for a second. Or I'll step out for a second.
Oh, okay.
I'm gonna make sure it sounds right. But keep the party rolling.
Oh yeah, keep it.
The Crawford fight coming up this weekend.
Yeah, the Terence Bud Crawford, and I'm not even gonna try to butcher the guy's name. Oh, excuse me. I hope it'd be an interesting fans to fight, and not really just go up there and dance around. And Terence Bud Crawford is real good about that. And this guy here, he's like a mini Mike Tyson. Maybe not quite as fast. He a little bit slower, but
I cannot wait for this fight.
Yeah.
I cannot wait for this fight. This is a very skilled fighter that Terence Crawford is fighting this weekend. How do I say his last name? It's Masdrimov? Masdrimov?
Something like that. That's why I don't want to butcher his name.
But yeah, man. It's gonna be a heck of a fight this weekend. Looking forward to it. What's going down. And we just gonna have a watch party for it. It's gonna be a heck of a night. Big Baby. No, not Big Baby. Mr. Anderson. The heavyweight boxer for the U.S. He'll be fighting that night. Pitbull will be fighting that night. I think Andy Ruiz may be fighting that night. So it's gonna be a heck of an undercard, man.
So maybe we'll see some good fights, man. And this guy that Terence Crawford is fighting, if he can make Crawford feel his blows, this will be a different fight.
Yeah.
But if he don't, it's gonna be a tailor-made knockout again.
Man, I'm just saying.
People. I was talking to one of my other young buddies the other day.
Yeah.
He a big fight fan, and he seemed to think that the guy is tailor-made for Crawford to knock him out.
See, people,
I'm not so sure.
I hate when people just get to talking and saying stuff, right? Like, this guy's an undefeated boxer. Ain't nobody knocked him out before, so
that's what I'm saying.
So he better than him? Your boy can go in there and knock him out? He found his weak spot?
He says he's kind of like Earl.
No, he's nothing like Earl. Completely different boxer.
I'm just saying what he said.
This guy's got great head movement. He bounces. He's up and down. He's moving around. He's a totally different boxer than Earl Spence. I don't even know what your guy's been looking at. He is not a bull. My guy, like, he's in and out. Like, he is a boxer, bro. Like, he moves. You know what I'm saying? He's more like Tyson than he is Earl.
I mean,
the way he moves.
I was just talking to him, and he usually,
I'm just saying,
this guy spot on these fights.
Yeah.
And I said, I'm not so sure.
So what was he saying that made him in comparison to Earl? Like, what?
I mean, he's saying
and traits. So what was he saying there?
Yeah, he's just saying his hands a little bit slow. He's a little. How can I say this? How Earl fight? Earl is a little lethargic kind of fighter, but
in his last fight, but no, Earl is an extremely busy fighter against Terence Crawford. No, but everybody else, Earl is a very busy fighter. Yeah, he bring it to you. Like he wants to be in the pocket throwing them blows. He want to fight.
But I'm just saying what he said.
Yeah,
and he's usually a pretty good outlaw. Because I talked to him about fighting, he said he thinks that the guy goes 6-7 rounds and Bud gonna knock him out. I said, okay, we'll see. Because I don't see the guy like that.
No.
I mean,
I don't know
saying,
what your homie been watching.
You know what I mean? But that's what that's what a lot of people saying. It's tailor-made for Bud again. Not just him. A lot of people think that he's going to kind of go through the guy.
I don't believe that's going to happen, huh? But that's just, we shall see.
Yeah, we'll see.
You know, but I know this other fighter, though. You know what I mean? I've seen him fight several times. I just... didn't know his name.
Yeah, I didn't think,
you know what I'm saying?
I went back and did a little research on him. He looked pretty good.
Yeah, the guy can go.
I didn't think Terence Crawford was going to do Earl like that. So,
yeah.
You know,
Terence, I'm not saying Terence is going to lose. Like, I want Bud to win.
Oh, yeah.
You know? I'm just saying, I'm trying to prepare people, trying to give people the right expectations for this fight. Because this ain't no David Evanesian. Well, you know, this ain't Earl. This is a whole nother weight. This is 154.
Yeah.
Like, they haven't fought at this weight class.
No, I already know. I'm just saying what
and this is the thing. These fights that these guys put over, Turkish Al Sheikh, I think is his name. Yeah. It ain't too many undefeated fighters over there because they put fights together where somebody gonna lose. You gonna take a L.
Oh, yeah. Because you're gonna fight top quality fighters.
Absolutely.
You're not gonna go and handpick guys that you pretty much figure you can beat.
And I'm watching, you know, Bud's just mannerism. I'm watching his eyes when he speaks, and you know, he's not as sure as he was when he spoke about Earl. That's just what I see, and I'm telling you what I see.
Yeah.
You know, and of course I got confidence in Bud, but this is
him and Earl.
Fight.
For some reason, I don't know how they got off on a bad footing they were on so bad.
What you mean?
I mean, because you know, during the Bud and Earl, you know, during the press conference, man, they were saying some ugly stuff about this.
Oh, they sold the fight. They're homies though. They're friends. You know, those are two boxers that talk to each other. You know, I don't know how regularly they talk.
No, I'm talking about.
I don't know if they're friends, but they respect each other.
Not just them. The whole manager, the way the guy was talking to Derek. And
and Derek talking about everybody was out of character.
Yeah, I was saying, when did they get that much animosity toward each other?
They don't have it.
But this is the thing.
They're both low country family guys, and they
But this is the whole thing. Once you talk to me like that, we do have some animosity.
Oh yeah, absolutely. But I mean, during the press conference, I saw more of Earl trying to de-escalate the situation versus joining in.
Yeah,
Derek was the one that was really popping off and yo, y'all tripping over here, bro. Like, ain't no punk, bro. I got a suit on, but ain't no punk.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Like, I didn't know how they got that off character.
It was just such a big build up, and you know, like the fandom talking smack to each other. You know, Earl gonna do this, Bud gonna do this. Are we gonna smoke Bud? Are we gonna catch the big fish? Like, you know, it was just a whole bunch of hype, and they sold the fight.
Yeah.
They did what they were supposed to do, and went into the sunset with that bread. And now Bud is fighting. You know where the fight is this weekend, don't you? At SoFi Stadium in LA.
Yeah,
it's a big fight. You sell out SoFi.
Oh yeah,
you are that guy.
Oh yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So it's either I think it's SoFi. I'm pretty positive it's SoFi. Let me make sure of that.
I think so.
Yeah, let me double check. Terence.
I mean, you know, but I'm just saying, you know, we can sell the fight so far, but when you start getting personal and saying some of the stuff they were saying, now I got some animosity. I mean, you know, we got to sit down and really have a real talk and understand that, but we got to realize that we can sell the fight, but don't get that personal and don't get that out of character with me, because if you do that again, we can't talk like this no more.
Can't do it, man.
I mean, because they were really going in on each other, and I was like, what? When did they get this much animosity?
Oh, they must have just been doing the press conference out there in LA. I'm off. I was wrong. Unless this is is that the ticket? It is a ticket. BMO Stadium, formerly Bank of California. That's where they're fighting this weekend.
Oh,
Okay.
okay.
It's gonna be a good fight though. I mean, tune in, get your popcorn ready, man. This ain't gonna be one of them boring fights. It's gonna be a lot of action, boys in there. You know, trying to knock somebody out.
Yeah.
These two bulls going at each other, but like I said, it's gonna be a great card that night. So y'all, you know, I think Daz and Boxing's hosting it, so they do a pretty good job putting some fights together. You know, they talking about getting a boxing league here eventually. So we shall see what's up. But
yeah. We'll see. Yeah. That's gonna be hard to do.
Yeah, we'll keep this thing moving along. Let me see.
See, because if you get a boxing league, it's gonna be some mandatory. You got to fight this guy. You got to fight that guy.
Yep.
Yeah, and that might be good for boxing.
Yeah, no doubt. I mean, it's been needed, you know, for a while. All these belts and you know, guys ducking guys. Like, not saying that Loma ducked, but you know, he didn't take that tank fight. You know, he passed that right up. But we'll get on to this Olympics, man. Little Olympic talk, man. Back to it. So the medal count right now. Last time I checked, USA was up pretty good in a total count. We currently have 4 gold medals. That's the only count that matters to me, right? I want to win. I want to win the most first places. I don't want to just collect medals.
Oh well, you know, these are the, like I told you before, these are the events that we're not that good in. You know, sometimes we are very good in swimming, gymnastics, but then all this synchronized swimming and rugby and water polo, those are the events that's going on early in the Olympics. And then those are the events that we are not so dominant in.
Yeah.
But now when you start go to the track and field, we're gonna make up all those counts and we'll be in front with gold medals.
Yeah, and you firmly believe that. Because you know, we still, it's not a given in track and field neither. We still got that boy from Italy running 100, and you know, the guy from Norway in the 400 hurdles, and you know, Jamaica's still out there running other events, the 200.
The boy from Italy, we can discount him as far as I'm concerned.
Why you say that?
Because he only had one good year, and that was the Olympic year. He ain't did nothing before or after that. So I'm just saying, I don't even count him as a top sprinter as far as I'm concerned, because the only track and field event that he's ever won outside of Italy was the Olympics. He's never won another event outside of Italy.
Gotcha.
So it's something very suspicious about that. You come out of nowhere and you go back pretty much to nowhere.
Yeah.
Because I've seen like last year in the World Games, he didn't even make the finals. So I don't think, you know, so
how does this keep popping out of nowhere? I mean, that's that's beyond suspicious now.
Well, he was a good sprinter. He's actually from the United States, but he moved back to Italy to represent Italy because he probably wasn't gonna make the US team.
Gotcha.
And then some kind of way, I'm gonna say it like that.
Yeah.
Some kind of way. I don't wanna throw no salt and no shade on nobody when I don't have no evidence or information. Yeah. But that's very suspicious in track and field to come out of nowhere and then go back to nowhere.
Yeah. No, I agree with you completely. You know, it sounds like you timing right. I wonder if he working with them snack boys.
And he didn't get a medal in the World Games last year. He didn't even make the final. And I think he's gonna repeat that performance.
So when you win a gold medal, do you have an automatic into the next Olympics?
No, that's to the World Games.
No, I'm just saying, like, when you win a gold medal in the Olympics.
Not in the
Olympics. You don't have an automatic to the next
that has nothing to do with the next Olympics.
So how did he get back? How's he back in this?
He's in Italy.
Oh, yeah. He ain't really having Yep. That's okay.
Who's in Italy? Who else Italy got?
That makes sense.
Yeah.
That makes a lot of sense.
That's why when you see, I don't want people to take this wrong, but like when you see Norway, and then when you see their relay, they got guys on their relay that look like me. You ain't from Norway, man.
Yeah.
I'm just being honest. Yeah. So you got a lot of guys, just like just like Joel Embiid. He won a coattail off the United States to get a gold medal because he know if he played for France, or Sudan, where's he from?
Cameroon.
Cameroon.
Yeah.
Because if he played for France or Cameroon, he's not gonna get a medal.
Yeah, no doubt. So they know that if they run in the U.S., they're not gonna make it on the track team. So they go to another.
I'd rather go run and represent another
Norway,
country.
yeah.
At least I'll go to the Olympics.
Yeah.
I may not win nothing, but at least I was Olympian.
Yeah, for sure. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. So back to that medal count. I got it right here in front of me. So U.S. currently has 28 medals. We have 12 bronze medals, 12 silver medals, and 4 gold medals. China, as far as gold medals is concerned, are leading right now. They've got 8 golds, 6 silvers, and 2 third bronze medals. Australia's got 7 golds. Japan's got 7 golds, and France has 6 gold medals right now. So that's what that count looks like. I'm hoping our U.S. Competitors, participants, come on around and get us some more gold medals.
Oh yeah, because we got a very good chance in track and field of winning the men's and women's 100 meters.
Yeah.
We got a very good chance of winning the men's 200 meters. Now, the women's 200 meters, that's a little, because they still got Sharika Jackson from Jamaica.
Yep.
But then,
how's Gabby done against Sharika? I know Sharika wins, but is it close? Or Sharika burning off? Okay. I mean 2 tenths, that's 2 steps.
Yeah,
that's a nice little lead.
Yeah, that's a nice little gap.
Yeah.
But you are still in the equation of being able to train, get a little better.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
it seems like Gabby's gotten. She's had a strong season, right? A couple strong seasons.
And then we'll probably win if we get to stick around with no problem. We're gonna win the women's 4x1, the men's 4x1, the men's 4x4, the women's 4x4.
Yeah,
and there's a couple of the events that we got. Like Cindy McLaughlin should win the 400 meter hurdles for the women, and Rod Benjamin got a chance of winning the 400 meter hurdles for the men. And then in the 110 hurdles, Grant Holloway hadn't lost in 3-4 years, so he should win. Last time he lost was the Olympics last time.
Yeah.
So, it's a lot of people that we got that should do very well in the gold medal in track and field. And then we got Ryan Krauser in the shot put. And
that dude there is off the chain.
Yeah, he done won the last 2-3 Olympics.
That dude is huge. And then, he's been killing everybody in the world by a lot.
Yeah, and then what's the young lady named Moon?
Yeah.
She won the gold medal in her last time in the World Games in the pole vault.
Yeah.
So we got some people.
Didn't we have a young lady that did pretty well in the shot put in the discus last time?
Last
I can't
time
remember. She was a pretty big girl.
Had last time we had a young lady that got the bronze medal, but before that, Michael Carter's daughter, got 2 gold medals in the Olympics. Yeah. So, and then we got some young ladies in there now. And then we got some long jumpers and triple jumpers and those events are kind of wide open.
Yeah. I don't know what's going on with my camera right now. Yeah. That bad boy just went nuts.
Yeah. But it's a very good Olympics, man. And we got that medal count's gonna change, so don't worry, J.A.
I'm not worried right now. I just don't like seeing it. It's still early.
I don't like seeing it either.
Well,
I've been watching this. I always keep up with the medal count, and I always see us way behind. Then the next thing,
climb right back up.
Oh, absolutely. And then some of those teams that's in the leads right now, the U.S. will end up with more gold medals than some of those teams have total medals.
Yeah, that's crazy. That's pretty wild to think about that part.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, it's been fun to watch, man. I'm rooting for everybody. I'm not going against anybody. Like this morning, there was a guy on the BMX, freestyle cycling, right? I love BMX.
Oh yeah.
So my guy coming in, he fell early on his first run. Didn't have a score at all because he fell early on his run. And his name is Jean-Jean. Jean-Jean out of France. Jean-Jean.
Jean.
Yeah, so everybody,
Jean.
the crowd, Jean. Woo, I didn't spit. But, everybody used to call me Jean-Jean. So I'm sitting, I still got family calling me Jean-Jean, So, I'm sitting here watching this dude go in and, he had an excellent run. He ended up placing, I think, silver because he had some pretty incredible. The guys ahead of him had a couple good runs and they had big scores. But the guy went in, man, and in front of his crowd, and it's as an athlete, I appreciate seeing people in these pressure moments, and they got one shot. They got one shot to deliver.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? And we talking about the Olympics, like you said. This ain't the NFL. It ain't like you gonna come back next week and get another shot at it.
No, you got 4 years.
You've been training this for the past 3-4 years, or however long it's been, right? And now you got this one opportunity, your last goal, bruh. The nerves this man had to have to pull off that last ride. I'm talking the flips and the whipping that thing, and I'm talking he in midair, and they, how they do the still shots when they in air.
Yeah.
And you see him just come here, yanking that thing,
Oh, yeah.
Like it's happening right now, and I like watching the skateboard and the BMX, because them cats are pretty cool, like they get done with they ride and they just, their little sign down or whatever it is, and they just roll off, And I'm like, man, those some cats those are my type of cats I kick it with, It's those cats, because they not worried, they're not like the prima donnas that you see in a lot of the athletes, the big sports, right? They just down to earth cats that got some crazy skills with like riding a skate thing. That's what I love and appreciate about all these sports. Like soccer has become, in my older age, one of my favorite sports because I understand the difficulty that they have of controlling the ball the way they do.
Oh, yeah, man.
With their feet.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like they pass the ball with their feet better than 95% of the
NBA
humans can
with
do
their hands.
with their hands.
Yeah.
And on right pace, they'll lob it, bow. Just the right touch, that bad boy just hits, boom. I love watching Argentina play for that reason. They pass the ball beautifully.
Oh yeah.
And then it's just so many different games, and I keep
so
saying
many
this.
different games, so many different sports.
Yeah.
To just sit back and enjoy.
Yeah.
To just enjoy the athleticism, and the thought process.
Yeah.
That these guys have to, because sports are. It's made up of split-second decisions.
Absolutely.
Every sport.
Yeah.
When you on that skateboard and you coming down and you going so fast and you got to go up here and on the way upside the wall, you got to decide, am I gonna do a double or triple?
Yeah. You got to figure it out right now.
Yeah, right now.
And I got to hit.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
it's so the Olympics in every sport.
Yeah.
And I love every sport that's in the Olympics. And I saw some 3-on-3 basketball.
You saw some 3-on-3? Oh, we're going to get it. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. We're going to get to that. So, first off, let's go on and jump to this USA basketball, right? So, we were kind of concerned a little bit about, how they would perform coming out the gates, right? Because they had some bad exhibitions and whatnot. And mind you, Kevin Durant didn't play in one exhibition game. I think that was an agreement that was made. He was like, I don't need all that.
I think it was against...
I play against...
South Sudan. Was it against South Sudan?
What, when Durant played his first game?
No, he didn't play.
He didn't play any of those.
Yeah. That's why he didn't play against Australia.
He didn't play any of them.
He played against his first game against Serbia. And then,
Yeah, came in Serbia, and came in first game, KD, 8 for 8. 8 for 9, sorry. 8 for 9, 23 points. Yep. Behind backstory, Unc had to correct me on that. You know what I'm saying? I was like, yeah, man, Durant was 8 for 8 for 21 points. He was like, nah, dog. He missed the shot, man. And he had 23. Go back and look. I had to go back and look. Still to be corrected. You know what I'm saying? Unc had to let me know. But nah, KD, man, like he is, like I told Unc, what I feel about KD, he's that guy that,
the elite scorer.
Same thing that he was in Golden State. He's that one guy that's gonna be open because you're worried about Steph, you're worried about LeBron, and all KD's right here, and if you leave KD open, he gonna hit the shot.
And then he playing with LeBron. That you gonna get some open shots.
Yeah,
because LeBron is gonna penetrate, draw two people, and everybody know he's an excellent passer.
Absolutely.
So you're getting 9 open shots.
Yeah, a lot of them.
Yeah, you're getting all 9. All 9. Why?
The one you missed, I mean, it must have been back a little bit. He out there playing.
Well, you ain't gonna be perfect. Yeah. You just miss one, but you're gonna have a lot of open shots. And KD, to me, right now, KD is the best scorer in the NBA.
Oh, and he has been when he's healthy.
Yeah,
You know,
I mean, but a lot of times people get being the best scorer mixed up with being the best player.
Yeah, he's not a leader, and he said I'm not a leader.
Yeah,
and somebody to say that, like, you got to believe him. You know what I'm saying? Somebody that will tell you I am not that dude to lead the team.
Yeah, especially when somebody tell you,
you got to believe that.
You didn't even watch their actions and then come to that.
Yeah.
They told you I ain't no leader.
I ain't a leader.
Man, when somebody when you tell me something about you, I gotta believe you, man.
Got to believe it. Right now.
Because who know you better than you?
Man, nobody. Not even your mama.
Because this is what KD know. I ain't gonna do all that.
Mm-hmm.
I'm gonna get you 35 or 40 on any given night, but I ain't gonna do all that up.
Yeah.
I'm not gonna control the tempo. I'm not gonna do all that.
But I'm gonna come up, I'm gonna show up, and I'm gonna deliver my points.
Yeah, I'm gonna give you 35.
And you know, when you need me on defense, I'm gonna be there and I'm gonna be great at it when I need to be, but not all the time. But KD he's that dude.
Oh,
you know,
yeah, he's a deadly scorer.
He's that dude when it comes to putting that thing in that bucket.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. But so USA men, they are playing against South Sudan today. Right after the show, man. I think around 2:00 or so. They'll be getting it in. So we'll be tuning into that for show. I think we're going to run straight into a watch party for that thing. If y'all want to stay along with us, we're going to hang up this thing and then start it back up with the watch party.
We'll do it the watch party.
You know, that's how we're doing this thing. You know, is
absolutely,
that what we're doing? Okay,
absolutely,
makes sense what we're doing. But also, you know, this is USA men's basketball. I can't help but to bring this up. Everybody's talking about it, and for a reason. So, you know, Jason Tatum and Tyrese Halliburton, and people have been focusing more so on Jason Tatum because he's the only, you know, first team All NBA player on the squad right now, right? All the stars, he's the only one on the squad, first team All NBA, and he won a finals championship, right? And got a couple teammates on the team with him right now. First game out the gates, and I'm sure this is going to be a very tough job for, you know, it's hard to make everybody happy. You know, it was hard for me to do it in summer league baseball with teenagers. You know, and it wasn't even the teenagers tripping; it was the parents tripping.
Oh man, that's the worst thing about coaching kids.
Yeah, can't stand it.
The kids are cool. The parents are ridiculous.
The parents will ruin everything. Yeah. You know, planting seeds in their mind, like not knowing or thinking they know better than the coach. Right?
But
some situations that may be the case, but never the case when I'm coaching the baseball team. I guarantee that.
No. But anyway.
Anyways. Where was I? Yo, you got me on the rant right there. Talking about these kids. So, anyways, Jason Tatum and Tyrese Halliburton don't play in the first game. Like 0 minutes. It goes wild on, you know, social media. People saying that doggone my little cousin Day had the same amount of points and minutes as Jason Tatum in his last game. Dorian Finney-Smith had just as many 3-point attempts as Jason Tatum in his last game, which was a big goose egg because he didn't see the floor. So everybody's been talking about it. A lot of people are talking about Jason Tatum's mindset and how pissed off he should be and all this other stuff. I want to talk about Jason Tatum's actions. I want to talk about Tyrese Halliburton's actions. So when you go back and look at this game, during the game, they haven't sat on the floor. They haven't stepped on the floor. They're on the bench the whole game. They got their pants and their shirt on the whole game.
Yeah. Haven't broke a sweat. Both of them. Deepest in the playoffs, probably out of everybody. Jason Tatum put Halliburton out. Halliburton got hurt, remember? Yeah, in the Eastern Conference.
Because we were talking about Rick Carlisle and how cold of a job he doing with that team, and they probably would have beat the Celtics had he not got hurt.
Yeah, absolutely.
Right? So that guy, the next superstar in the NBA, Tyrese Halliburton, is on the bench the whole game with Jason Tatum, and what I don't see them doing is sitting there sulking.
Yeah,
I don't see them.
They standing up at the end of the game.
And we're talking about the only first team All NBA player on the team. Not a kid he's decent, right? Not a kid that's the 4th, 5th, 6th best player on my team. He might be the 4th, 5th, 6th best player on that team. Not on any other team. And to see him still understanding who he is and what he's earned in this game on that sideline. Let's go. Atta boy. Let's get, hey, let me get that water for you, dog. You know what I'm saying? Oh, you need a towel here, bro. Like, going to sit down. Like, he was being an exceptional teammate.
Yeah.
Regardless of what he may have felt inside. And I don't know if they had a conversation prior to this game saying, hey, we ain't got to play all 12 of y'all against these boys, man. We're going to play 10 of y'all. And we got 2 of y'all getting ready for South Sudan. Okay?
Yeah.
So we don't know if they had that conversation prior, but I do know is they handled themselves as professionals. So you young ladies and young men in sports, take a lesson from that, man.
Yeah.
Like these dudes right here, if anybody deserved to be on that floor, starting. If it's based off of what have you done for me lately?
It's Jason Tatum.
It's Jason Tatum.
Exactly.
It's Jason Tatum. So I commend you, Jason Tatum, for being professional, bro. And being an example to these kids over here. You know, all these entitled kids and all this other. You ain't entitled to nothing. You know what I'm saying? But when you get your opportunity.
Not only these kids, other professional athletes.
Absolutely.
Quit being so selfish and thinking everything is about you.
It ain't, man.
Come on, man. Stop that. And this is the whole thing. When you, and this just showed me something about Jason Tatum. He told me that he's very secure in Jason Tatum.
Absolutely.
Now, if he would have sit over there and sulked, and then I would have been like, okay, you ain't so sure you are
that dude.
Yeah, you are that dude. But he sit up there, y'all go ahead.
Yeah.
Y'all win the gold medal.
Yeah.
I mean, because this is what I would have been thinking. I just gave all y'all the business.
Yeah.
Go ahead.
Yeah.
I mean, I wouldn't say that. But in
appreciate
my
the rest.
mind,
You know, I played a few extra games this season,
I need
Steve.
a little rest. I played more than all y'all out there on the floor. I need some rest.
Yeah.
Y'all go ahead and get it.
Yeah.
Because guess what? Next season, I want another championship.
Yeah.
Y'all going to be more tired than me. Whatever you have to do to get yourself past that point.
Yeah.
But Jason Tatum did all the right stuff. And
Absolutely.
And I would have been like, okay, y'all go ahead.
Now,
Because I don't have nothing to prove.
Yeah, at first, I can't lie. I was like, man, is Steve Kerr trying to cause a rift in the Celtics franchise? First, he bring White over instead of Brown, and now he got Jason Tatum sitting. Is he trying to play mind games with these cats? Like, and then I had to step back and really think about it. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Oh, absolutely.
Because initially, I mean, the optics don't look good.
No, it
They don't look good.
No, it don't.
You know? But, you know, you can see some good in everything, and that's the good that I took out of that situation. So that's what I'm going to hand off to the youth, and to anybody watching out there, man. Like, you can be the best, bro, whatever. When it's somebody else's time, like,
somebody else's time.
Yeah, like Dave Chappelle pussy. When you living in somebody else's dream, you got to recognize it.
Yeah.
Period. But keeping it moving along.
Keep it moving.
So, as we mentioned, man, South Sudan is next up for the USA, but I do want to kick a shout out to a couple people and just talk about this team first of all, okay? This is a team that doesn't have a gym in the whole country. Not one indoor gym, okay? Mind you, we just beat them by 1 point, and we had to score with 8 seconds left last week to beat them. LeBron James, the best player in the world right now, had to score with 8 seconds to beat them last week. All right? These guys don't have a gym. Luol Deng, one of the coldest Chicago Bulls to play since Michael Jordan. And I meant that.
Oh, yes.
I meant that. He's top 5.
Yeah,
since Jordan left.
Yeah,
Luol Deng is top 5 for the Bulls.
Time, Luol Deng was that dude.
Absolutely.
Man. Yeah.
Absolutely. So he is being fiscally responsible, being a great steward of the bread that he earned in the National Basketball Association. For the past 4 years, he has taken his bread, his money, his collateral, right? And made the decision to build a team in South Sudan. He has funded this team for the past 4 years, funded their lives, their practices, you know, their gyms. Again, they don't have a gym in South Sudan, so they're going somewhere else to practice. Their hotel stay, their food. Like, he has funded this team for the past 4 years. 4 years.
And this is their first time in the Olympic basketball tournament. Yes.
Ever. And they come out and beat Puerto Rico in their first game. So it wasn't a fluke that the USA beat them by 1.
No.
Now, I'm not going to say that's going to happen today because Kevin Durant's back, but I'm not going to say that it's not because I don't know anybody on their team other than Gabriel. Even the other guy in the league, I don't know who he is.
You know, they got, what's in the Gabriel? Yeah, play for the
Gabriel.
Play for the Lakers.
Yeah.
And then they got another guy. He's on somebody's bench, but you do know the coach, though, right?
Oh, yes. And that's what I want to talk about. My boy, Hook'em, Royale Ivey from the University of Texas Longhorns. Used to go down and kick it with my baseball partners, you know, when I was playing ball back in the Gap. And Royale was one of the hoopers that I was cool with, you know? Him and Kirk Thomas back in the Gap. Yeah. And Royale is just very down-to-earth, funny cat. Like I think he's from New Jersey, New York, East Coast up there somewhere. Yeah. I forget exactly where he's from. But he got the accent still, and he got the pizzazz and the, you know how the New Yorkers talk, and they just, but he's a very good-hearted person. But he's been coaching this team, man, and I am extremely proud of that young man doing what he's doing right there with South Sudan. Like, that is very impressive. When I saw that, man, I took pride in it myself.
You know what I'm proud of?
What's that?
Luol Deng.
And Luol Deng, absolutely.
Man, Luol Deng. See, this is...
I just don't know Luol, but yeah.
Yeah, I don't know him.
That's an emotional thing.
Yeah, because when you take your own money and put back into other people.
Yeah.
You know, because we got too many athletes.
All these ballers.
Yo, we got too many athletes that's got 10 cars.
All these ballers.
Yeah, all these ballers, all these shot callers.
How much money can I make?
Yeah, you know.
How can I take this money and make more money?
You know, we got athletes going to spend $20, $30, $40, $50, $60,000 at the strip club.
On a watch. 100,000, 200, 400,000 on a watch.
But then you got Luol Deng going back, putting into the people where he came from.
Exactly. Providing opportunity. You know? We don't have a team, but we got talent. So we're going to make one. I'm going to put it on me to make sure it happens.
Yeah. And I'm gonna pay for y'all hotel, y'all travel, all of this, just for y'all to practice so we can get better and represent our country.
And there's physical training involved in that. There's eating. There's everything.
Yeah.
Everything in order to build something like that, man. So shout out Luol Deng, the coldest, and because of that, you are now the supreme Chicago Bull since Michael Jordan left. Did Scottie leave the same year as Mike?
I think he did. I think they broke up. Yeah, he went to Portland the same year. Mike retired. And this whole thing, man, like I say, for me personally, I don't really like Luol Deng. Anyway.
He was already a great hooper to me. He's quiet dude, never a problem, would always put them. That boy was putting 20 up.
Luol Deng way up there, man.
Yes, he is.
Way up there.
Yes, he is.
He moved. I mean, it might not mean nothing to you, might not mean nothing to Lou, but he moved way up on my list.
Absolutely.
That was a human, man.
Yeah, absolutely. Because we don't see hearts like that.
No.
We don't see action like that. We see a bunch of people talking. You know, but most people are too involved in the man in the mirror.
Yeah.
Instead of the people out here that need it. You know what I'm saying? We're the last country that should have so many homeless folks. As many
absolutely.
multi-million-dollar athletes and things we got around here, man. Billion-dollar athletes, and we got homeless folks here, man.
And then, you know, from our time to time.
Ain't nobody trying to give nobody nothing, but providing opportunity for people goes a long way. Providing hope for people goes a long way. And Luol Deng is doing that for his country.
Deng just did
Shout
that,
out
man.
to you, bro.
Yeah, much love, brother.
Straight up, man. Shout out to you, bro, for that.
Yeah.
Yeah, man. So we'll keep this train rolling. Next up, what we got? So just, you know, Team USA, everything going on in Team USA right now. So, you know, we talked about it a little bit, you know, the whole Grant Hill, Jaylen Brown nonsense. Grant Hill saying that Jaylen Brown's a conspiracy theorist, right? And Jaylen Brown's like, bro, I'm way too smart for that, dog.
First off, keep all the people, our athletes are so comfortable saying stuff about other athletes. Well, I'm going to say putting their name in their mouth because they know ain't nobody going to go in there and get it out.
You know what I'm saying? Some of them.
Yeah, so I mean, but
Yeah.
back in the day, when you put somebody's name in your mouth, they'll go in there and get it out.
Yeah.
If y'all know what I mean.
They'll take it out.
They'll go in your grill.
Straight
They'll go in
up.
your grill. I
Better
mean,
guard your grill.
But this is the thing. Grant Hill, when you get smart enough to start speaking at MIT and all that, say something about Jaylen Brown. Until you get that smart, don't say nothing.
Hush
Don't
it
say
up.
nothing. You went to Duke. You went to Cal Berkeley.
Yeah.
Go check and see which one the hardest one to get into.
Man, I'm telling you, Marshawn Lynch went to Cal Berkeley too.
Yeah.
We had a Canyon Berry sighting yesterday, so we've been talking about Bronny James and how LeBron and nepotism and all this other good stuff, but Unc pointed out during Ring the Bell for Rick Barry that he had 5 children, 5, count them up, in the NBA.
Well,
right?
Unc didn't point that out. Unc said 4.
Yeah,
Unc
but then you found out it was
he had
5, and then you pointed that one out.
Yeah, then he in the NBA too.
Yeah.
His name is Canyon.
Canyon Berry, right? So we've been like, who is Canyon Berry? Wait,
who he played for?
Where he come from? My boy hit 96% hitting granny free throws in the G League or something like that. Granny free, like the underhand.
Like his dad.
96% like his pops.
Like
that's his thing, right? Yeah. I guess. Anyways, we had a Canyon Berry sighting yesterday in the 3-on-3 Olympic basketball game.
I didn't even know the Olympics had 3-on-3.
I didn't either. This has been updated, user experience for the Olympics right here.
Then when I went and saw Canyon Berry play, and they lost.
Yeah.
I know why his name Canyon.
Man, boy, in the bottom of the berries.
He's the bottom of the berries. He's the bottom of the berries. That's right.
Hey, his effort alone put him at the bottom of the berries, man.
Brett, Bones, all the other berries, they like this. Canyon.
Yeah, dog. Like, it was just so 3-on-3, you can see that our guys just didn't put the effort in to get over the screens.
And
get under the screens.
Not only that,
it was bad.
Where do we get these guys from?
I don't know. Jimmy Fredette, yeah, I'm cool. I'm cool with that guy. But I didn't know. I was just happy to see who the hell Canyon Berry was.
Yeah, I wanted to find out.
Yeah.
Because,
and
like
y'all tripping on LeBron, Canyon Berry got an NBA contract too. Like, what?
Yeah.
Like, this kid should not have been out there. I said, he got 96% shooting granny style.
You got 5 sons
in the G League.
And all 5 of them are in the NBA. And
my boy straight gimmick Berry.
Yeah, so don't talk to me about nepotism. Please don't. Because I'm gonna tell you like this. Canyon Berry, the only reason he's in the NBA because his name Berry.
That's it. So we can keep it moving. So USA Gymnastics. Move on to the gymnastics, man. The women put it down yesterday. Last night I watched it again. Yeah, the team gold medal. Amazing job. Simone Biles went out there. The pressure she's got to feel every time she steps on anything in front of the camera because everybody's there to see her.
Oh, yeah.
It's a star-studded event when Simone Biles is about to go.
Oh, absolutely.
So shout out to Simone Biles for continuing to rise to the challenge and dominating the sport, man.
Now she's the most decorated gymnast in the U.S. history.
She jumped. She was 11.8 feet in the air on her floor exercise. Yeah. She is 4'8". That was 7 feet between her and the ground at least.
Oh, absolutely.
On a flip.
Yeah.
What? That's some dolphin type stuff.
Yeah,
She's like a little human dolphin around this gym on that floor.
So if she's 11 feet in the air, I mean, that's vertical. When you say vertically.
Yes.
That's about 50, 60 inches, about 50-some inches off the ground.
11 feet? That's she's above the basketball goal, huh?
Yeah.
11.8 feet, and I am not misspeaking right now.
Yeah.
But she's above the rim.
Her highest part of her body is 11 feet off the ground. Now, when she's upside down, this part is still.
But she's curled. She's curled. She's not just straight up. She's tucked. She's tucked. Yeah. Highest point of her body is 11.8 feet in the sky.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So when I say she's at least 7 feet below her in the ground, that's as if she was standing straight up like this.
Absolutely.
So it's probably more like 9.5 feet.
Yeah.
That's elevation.
I just said that these athletes are one of a kind, special, man. And for somebody, and I'm gonna tell you like this: if you think I challenge anybody,
Goodness gracious,
to go flip and be 11 feet off the 7 feet off the ground,
and know where you are and come back down on your feet.
Yeah,
please,
come on, man.
You better be on the trampoline or something. Yeah. Period. I know they got the little bouncy springs under the floor, but
it ain't got that much bounce.
That was crazy for me to see that. That was insane.
It ain't got that much bounce.
Yeah, but go back and look at Simone's floor exercise. You'll see what I'm talking about.
Yeah, and then we're going to switch to the men.
Yeah, the U.S. men. Oh, my gosh.
They got the bronze. They did come in third. They got the bronze.
It's the first time we got a medal in the men's competition in 20 years, man. I think it's 16. I think it was 16, like exactly 16 years, right? And I'm talking, man, this is the crunkest USA gym team I ever seen in my life. And when this young man, Frederick Richard, he's a brother, right? For the USA team, he's a black guy, black American, for the USA men's team. He did the exercise. It's just one bar. I don't know what that's called. It's just one bar.
The high bar.
The high bar.
I think, don't quote me, but I think it's called high. Because you got the uneven parallel ball, then you got the pommel horse, you got the vaulting.
I just don't know.
You got the beam,
and you got the rings, and then you got that bar.
The high bar.
I
think it's called the high bar.
All right, so he's on the high bar.
We're going to call it the high bar.
We're going to call it that today. We're going to give it a new name if that's not what it is.
And if it's not the high bar, somebody get in there and say something.
If you see something, say something. Yeah, let's get it right.
See something, say something, yeah.
So my boy's on this thing. He's going on, and mind you, I'm at the gym. I'm on the treadmill. I'm walking, getting my warm up in. You know, this is like 8 o'clock at night when I like to get down. I'm watching him go, and I'm like, oh, he's going in right now. And I see him like flexing and putting some power on that thing and bouncing up and grabbing it again. And he went in rotation with one arm. I was like, my boy just did a one-arm whole circle around this thing.
Yeah.
You know, and then he grabbed it and spun off of it and did the other thing, and I was like, all right, he's really going in.
Then he did his dismount. Oh, my.
Then he came around, did his little twist and flipped and stuck that joint, came up slow and hit that jump.
And
it was like just went in.
Yeah.
I've never seen a gymnastics team get so crunk in my life. The little Asian American guy over here, my boy was going, he damn near passed out. My boy done turned red cheering for his homie right now. You know, the parents are going crazy in the stands. The guy's walking off, and as soon as he gets off the floor, he just turned cool again. Just, give me 5. Give me 5. Give me 5. You know, like, see, like, I'm just seeing this, and I've not paid attention to men's gymnastics really ever. Just for why.
I always pay attention to it.
But the strength these guys have, you know.
Man.
And the just sense about what they're doing and like just the physical ability they've got in their upper body is just insane to me.
It's insane. Powerful.
Like being an athlete, like this is insane.
And then you see those guys, they be smaller and compact, but man, them biceps, them triceps. Yeah,
and the body control, and like to be able to pick on that horse.
Yeah. And then
traps.
Oh my God.
It's huge. And like under control. So it's not just big muscle strength. You know what I'm saying? They're not just doing bench press around here. You know, like these dudes are pulling themselves up and all the way around, straightening all the way out. Control.
And this is what gymnastics really shows.
Yeah.
That if you want to be strong, you got to be able to control your own body weight.
Body control, baby.
When you can control your own body weight,
yes, sir.
Like a gymnast, and a whole lot of gymnasts, they do a little weightlifting, but they just do those exercises. They got certain exercises. They don't do a lot of weightlifting. They do a lot of ring work. Yeah. They do a lot of floor exercises. Yep. A lot of pommel horse. Yes. A lot of uneven parallel ball.
Yes.
And man, and when you do this over, okay, you do it. Okay, do it again. Do it again, and he's pulling it. And man, I'm gonna tell you the one thing: those rings when they go out like this, and then they come in close and put their feet up. And oh man, do you know how strong you got to be?
That ain't.
Do you
easy
know how
to
many strong you got to be? Do you know how strong you got to be?
Absolutely, that is not easy.
And I'm gonna tell you like this: you can take guys that's 190 pounds can bench press 350. They can't do it.
Oh my God!
See, everybody think lifting weights make you strong.
Yeah.
you can be able to do 2 times your body weight, but getting them exercises you can't do.
And let's see if you can work it out.
Yeah, you
see
ain't
if
gonna
you
be
can
able
work
to
it
do
out.
it. You ain't gonna be able to do it.
No, sir. Yeah, like last night I was telling him, Jesse, I got in the gym. It was a dude with these like big 110-pound weights or whatever. He got on the bench and did it like 3 times. I was like, bro, like, what are you doing over there, bro? Like, I don't understand the significance of what you just did right now. Are you maxing out today? Yeah. And why? Because I don't think you're going to do nothing on nobody's field.
Yeah, no and if you that big, you ain't done about 200 pounds. That ain't impressive.
It's not impressive at all.
No.
At all. I'm like, bro, 3 times, dog. Come on, man. You need to switch up that regimen.
You should have did it 12 or 15.
Switch up the regimen, dog. Switch up the regimen is all I'm saying. But
now, if you would have did 12 or 15 times and then sit it down and win the guy again, did it again, do about 3 to 5 sets.
Now that's something.
Now you did something.
Now that's something.
But one time, 3 sets. You know, I could have did that at 170 pounds back when he was young. No, I'm not lying.
No, I believe it.
I'm not lying at 175 pounds.
I believe it completely.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, man. So, and then also USA women basketball team won their first game against Japan, wasn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, they dominated that game. It was cool watching Japan give effort, you know. And, you're always introduced to some new athletes. There's probably some girls over there that can go in the league, like straight up. So that's that was fun to watch. Did you see the little kid with the sign that said it was a little Chinese guy or a Japanese guy? Little kid had a sign that said, "You need Caitlin Clark to beat us." I was like, she'd have found a way here regardless. Geez. And that goes to show she does have an international presence, you know? So it was very cool to see that. But we'll keep this thing moving along. So also wanted to talk about just some Olympic updates, right? Some other things, other stories going on that you may not be aware of. The youngest Olympian ever to compete in the Olympics is competing this year for Japan in the skateboarding competition. We have a 11-year-old skater by the name of Zhang Hao, and she's going in. You know, I couldn't imagine being 11 competing in the Olympics. She's only been skating for 4 years.
You know what I'm going to do? So she's 11. If I'm not mistaken, they had some 12-year-olds.
Oh, they have had some 12-year-old gymnasts.
In gymnastics.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, I was just going to say. Because I've seen 12 or 13. I'm like,
yeah.
12?
Yeah. That's why it's so amazing what Simone Biles is doing, because it's really a young, exactly. It's a young girl
She's
sport.
The first
young
ever. Yeah, absolutely.
Young man sport, and she is
a young person
doing it at 27. Yeah, that's crazy. But this young lady for Japan is 11 years old. So y'all go get a look at young Miss Zhang Hao when you get a chance. Go support her, man. I love seeing this stuff. Man. But we'll keep this thing moving, man. We don't have too much else to discuss, but we got to talk about what we didn't discuss last week, and that was the Dallas Cowboys. Yes, let's get to it. So there are talks of the Cowboys signing a new contract with Dak Prescott. What's going on with my machine right now? I need my flip on that there now. Bye. All right, it wants to trip out. It's okay.
Dak Prescott.
Yeah, so old Dak. You know, he's not quite the my bad, y'all. I gotta grab a folder real quick from this scene right now. You know, and the way this thing is set up, you know, my check-ins and my savings. I can't really move like I want to move, but let me do this real quick. I'm gonna get back. Not there. We're gonna go here. And then we're going to go here and do this. Y'all watching it real time, baby. This is live on YouTube.
It's all the way live.
Because it got skills over here, don't it?
Yeah.
Yeah, so let's get to these Dallas Cowboys. First off, of course, Dak's in the news, but first we're going to talk to this loss of Sam Williams. Our defensive end, he came in big for us last year when Vanderbilt went down. He just stepped up at a role and allowed people to move around, and he played very well for us. Well, we're not going to have him in this upcoming season. There's been a lot of changes anyway, but he is. Yes.
No, I'm sorry about that. I was just checking.
Oh yeah, you good? You good?
I'm just checking. Yeah.
Yeah. No. So yeah, we lost him, and he's he ain't coming back this year. Torn ACL, torn MCL in practice.
Yeah.
Unfortunate, man. Very unfortunate. So, we'll see who steps up. And it's early. You still got time to go sign somebody if you need to. But what we really want to talk about, not trying to downgrade or downplay Sam Williams on this team and in our Cowboys fandom.
Yeah.
But Dak Prescott, right, has been the subject of discussion dang near every year. I'm tired of talking about it. I'm sure y'all are tired of hearing me talk about it, but now he's up, and they're saying that the market says that he can probably negotiate a contract up with $65 million a year. Would you pay Dak Prescott $65 million a year?
No. I wouldn't have paid him the 50 that he got last time.
Yeah.
What did he get last time? 50?
It was like
40, whatever he
40.
got.
It was 40. It was
that
40
made him the
last
highest paid quarterback.
Yes.
And if he gets $65 million, he's gonna be the highest paid again.
Yes.
Right? But that's the market value. But for me, if I was a general manager or owner, the answer is not only no, hell no.
Yeah. Not a chance in hell. So what is the...
But that's the market value now.
Yes, the market value, but I mean, we're talking still
What's the
the
criteria?
highest paid player is what he would be if he got that contract.
He's far from the best player. So how you want? See, this is what's wrong with sports now. Everybody playing for the bag. Ain't nobody playing for really
Greatness.
Greatness. Everybody want the money.
Yeah.
I mean, if you had won 2-3 Super Bowls, you know what I'd be saying? Give him $70 million.
Give him all the money.
Yeah.
Yeah.
But you ain't won nothing.
Not 10, not
Nothing.
a tina, tana, not a nada, dog.
And if it's any, I wouldn't, me personally, if I was an owner,
Yeah.
there's no quarterback in the league that would give $65 million. Nobody but Patrick Mahomes.
Man.
And that's because he's already won 2 Super Bowls.
He been doing it.
And he might win 2 more.
So
I give, but anybody else, you don't do. These players think they deserve something. And not only that, we're going to talk about some of these other player contracts too.
Yeah.
Is that on there too? Did we going to talk about CD or just that?
I mean, we can talk about CD too, but
Yeah.
we can talk about
Dak
right now definitely wouldn't get the bread.
No, not no $65 million because this is the thing. When you get Dak $65 million, you ain't gonna have no money to get him no help.
Yeah.
And he need
Yeah,
a
no
bunch
doubt.
of help.
Absolutely.
And he need a
needs
bunch of help.
He needs help for sure, but he's had help in the past and didn't do anything with it when he had it. So,
Yeah.
me, if I'm the Cowboys, I'm stacking my chips. I'm not wasting no more money behind Dak. You got what you got, big dog.
Yeah.
You got what you got this year. If you can't go out there and win it this year, and I already know that I set you up for failure, right? Because you've had maximum talent around you, so we're gonna put minimal talent around you and see if you can rise up and do something
We
with
ain't
that.
gonna say maximum talent.
Well, he's had good talent around him. He has good
some good talent.
Right?
Yeah.
More than just about any other quarterback.
No, I ain't gonna say that. I ain't gonna say that. I think me personally, I think a lot of the Dallas Cowboy players are overrated.
Well,
Me personally, that's just my opinion.
Des Bryant and Amari Cooper weren't.
No.
Right? Neither one of them
absolutely.
weren't. Our tight ends weren't. Our O-line when early years weren't.
We ain't had a good tight end since who? Since Jason Witten. Yeah.
I mean, we've had Dalton Schultz.
he was all right.
He's decent out there in Houston. He's doing his job out there. And then the guy we got now is pretty good.
This is how I judge talent when you play against other good teams.
Yeah, no doubt.
And when you play against other good teams, Zach Martin ain't blocking with for damn. When you play against San Francisco, Michael Parsons ain't doing nothing on defense.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm just saying, so, to me, this is just my personal opinion.
No doubt.
Because none of the Dallas players, and like Dak Prescott, no way I would give him $65 million.
Nah.
No.
It's not even a conversation.
No. We can talk about something else.
Not even a conversation.
No, we can talk. Because this is the only way I would give Dak Prescott $65 million. Is that, okay, Dak, I'll give you $65 million per year. It takes 3 games to win the Super Bowl, right?
Yeah.
Every time you don't win 3 games, for every 3 games that you don't win in the Super Bowl, I need you to get $6 million back.
Yeah.
So if you don't win no playoff game, I need you to get $18 million of that back. Put you back in the 40s.
Yeah. Straight up.
I gotta have some stipulations on this.
Absolutely.
There's gotta be some winning.
Yeah.
If you go to the Super Bowl,
it's gotta be
you
some
get the
strict
whole
incentives.
You get
in that
the
bad
whole
boy.
$65 million.
Yeah.
If you go to the NFC Championship game,
You
only get 59 million.
Yep.
And if you win the first game, you get 53 million.
Yeah.
You can't get all that money and don't win.
Absolutely.
Nobody.
It's got to be tied to something, man.
Nobody's got to be
and
tied
I take it down more than that.
Yeah,
You know,
he
ain't worth more. He ain't worth $42 million right now. Like he ain't regular season night. I don't care about that, dog.
Yeah,
what are you gonna do? Regular
some.
Season against poor teams.
Yeah.
Right?
Well,
like at least show me something against the good teams in the regular season, but you can't do that neither.
Yeah, well,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, when you play,
come on now.
Yeah,
come
and
on.
when you play against these good teams, I mean, you know, just like when Dallas played San Francisco, Dallas left, came back to Dallas talking about how good Trent Williams was.
Yeah.
Then when I seen Trent Williams play against Kansas City, I seen his butt getting off the ground about 10, 12 times.
It all depends on who you comparing it to.
Yeah,
you know
what I'm saying. So
ain't nothing good unless it's compared to something.
He great against us.
Yeah.
But he average against Kansas City.
Yeah.
I don't. It's cause who lying in front of you.
It's a mindset.
Yeah.
And y'all used to getting y'all butt whooped when y'all go up against Trent Williams. But the dude from Kansas City used to whooping his butt.
Yeah, you already scared.
You know? Like, come on, man.
I mean, man, you know, all these guys, and like, CD want to be the highest paid receiver? I don't think so.
You don't think so?
I'm not going to get it.
I mean,
first off, they're putting him up against Justin Jefferson, right? They're going out to count. Justin Jefferson that done this 7-8 years. CD done had 2 good years. I can't give you the money that a guy, that a seasoned veteran that has a career of doing this against you give him 2 years. I'm just saying me.
Well, we said a second ago, when somebody tell you something, you got to believe them, right? When these athletes tell you something flat out about themselves, you got to believe them, right? Justin Jefferson flat out said CD is better than me. He said it himself. He said it himself.
All I'm saying is Justin Jefferson, me personally, I would not give a guy more money. A guy that did something 7-8 times and you done did it 2, can't give you more money than that
he's
guy.
Done it 2, but I mean.
That's just me. Because
he's
that's
not
giving
bother
money.
Himself,
because that's how all these teams get in trouble. Yeah. They give these guys money thinking they're going to do more than they actually do.
Did you see that Devontae Adams interview with Shannon Sharp?
Devontae I didn't see the whole thing. I saw some of it.
Aaron Rodgers' old receiver, right?
Yeah.
So he was talking about the difference between Aaron Rodgers and other quarterbacks, right? He said Aaron Rodgers would take care of me on my routes. He'd throw me in the spaces where I wouldn't get my head taken off.
Yeah, absolutely.
I knew that if he threw the ball behind me, he's throwing it, for me to come back to it so I don't get my head knocked off by the safety over the top.
Yeah, absolutely.
He knew if he threw it over here, so he took care of me as a receiver.
Right.
He said when he left there, when he no longer had Aaron Rodgers, that wasn't the case anymore.
Yeah.
Now he's looking over his shoulder, making sure he's not about to get his head, because as a receiver in the league for as long as he is and running this route, I know there's a safety right here.
Yeah, absolutely.
Why is he throwing me the ball right here?
Yeah.
I know this player's right here. What? That's Dak. That's Dak. Dak's, and this has been my main, it's not just Dak that sucks. He's getting our players hurt. He's putting our big money boys on the line. CeeDee Lamb, you see CeeDee get discouraged and start shaking his head because he's tired of going across the middle to die. With a quarterback that ain't putting him, he's not keeping me safe. That's why Amari Cooper was so happy to get out of here. Amari Cooper quit on Dak about 12 games into the season after he took a few shots. Dak's best friend, Zeke Elliott, has been killed numerous times on swing passes. When the ball gets to him, he's getting killed, blown up by a safety or corner because Dak is a ridiculous quarterback that doesn't take care of his guys. So not only am I paying you the most on the team, but you're hurting the other guys that I'm paying. So that wasn't a $140 million contract. That's a $200 million contract because you costing me money, dog.
So who missed some games?
From Dak getting hurt?
No, from Dak.
I mean, from guys getting blown up.
We'll
go back next week. I will come back with that research and let y'all know who's been blown up and had to leave the game because
Dez got hurt playing with Tony Romo.
I'm not talking. I ain't saying nothing about Dez.
Amari Cooper been hurt his whole career. He got hurt in Oakland and in Dallas.
I ain't gonna talk about it right now.
No, that's all
I'm gonna go back because matter of fact, I will make a reel. Of receivers getting blown up by Dak. Because it happens once a game.
I can make a reel of
Dak throwing in the coverage.
I can make it
all the time.
First off.
Like he's not a good quarterback. So please don't pay him that money.
First off, if you want $100 and something million, you got to catch the ball. You gotta catch the ball.
I didn't come here to die.
Michael Irvin didn't come here to die either, but he had an
adequate quarterback. Troy Aikman, more times than not, Troy Aikman took care of that man.
Boy, Michael Irvin got blown up so much. That's how his career ended.
He did get blown up.
Michael Irvin got blown up. This is the whole thing. You want all the money, but you want to play soft.
Troy Aikman won 3 Super Bowls, huh? So I'm going to go get it for him.
Because Michael Irvin was going to get the ball.
I'm going to go get it for him.
Michael Irvin wasn't quitting like Amari Cooper.
I'm going to go get it for him, a Super Bowl winning quarterback. Dak is not that. Dak ain't nowhere near Troy Aikman.
Do you know why he went and got it? Because he wanted to win the Super Bowl. But if he wouldn't have went and got it, Troy Aikman might not have 3 Super Bowls. You got to go get the ball. It doesn't matter about all that.
I ain't doing it for Dak.
Come on.
He ain't that dude. He ain't that guy. He's not proven to be that guy. He's not that guy.
All I'm saying
Troy Aikman stepped up in big games.
All I'm saying is that
Troy Aikman won big games
because his players went and got it. His players didn't quit on him. These new athletes is soft.
He wasn't throwing pick sixes. He wasn't throwing in the coverage and pick sixes.
You better go look how many interceptions Troy Aikman got.
He was throwing pick sixes.
You better go look and see.
I'm asking you.
Yes, he was. But he had better teammates. Troy Aikman, you better go look at how many. Troy Aikman is an average quarterback surrounded with great talent. Troy Aikman is an average quarterback surrounded with great talent.
We got an average quarterback that got the most Super Bowl
we got a
wins.
below average quarterback surrounded with
I'm
below average talent.
I'm talking about Troy Aikman.
No, I'm talking about Dak Prescott right now.
Troy is far from an average quarterback. He's a Hall of Fame quarterback.
Okay.
Come on now. Yeah, you can't kill Troy like that because the game was different. He wasn't throwing the ball as much, but he was a better passer than Dak.
Okay.
You sitting here telling me Dak's a better passer than Troy Aikman?
I'm saying
just because you've accumulated more yards.
That's what I'm saying.
Because you throw it 80 times a game.
During that time, Troy Aikman was an average. It's a lot of average quarterback got Super Bowls because of the talent they had around
wasn't
them.
No average quarterback.
Yes, he was. You better go. Yes, he was.
He is one of the most accurate quarterbacks this game has ever seen. Come on now.
Pull up the stats to show me that. Pull the stats. We're going to talk about this next week. We're going to look and see how many touchdowns Troy Aikman got.
How many times
how many interceptions he got.
Receiver.
How many? I can go get a reel of Michael Irvin and Jay Novacek getting blowed up because they wasn't soft like Amari Cooper and them. And they wasn't soft. They went and got the ball. You can't put all that on your quarterback.
I'm putting it on Dak.
Some of these receivers got to go get the ball.
After you see your quarterback sacrifice you time and time again, I'm going to stop going across the middle, bro. You're shortening my career, dog.
You better go look at the Pittsburgh Steelers got 4 Super Bowls and see how many times Terry Bradshaw
I'm looking at Dak.
Out the drive.
I'm looking at that was a different game back then.
Because
you're not even supposed to hit hard no more.
That's the problem.
Yeah.
It's a physical game that you can't be physical, and the problem is athletes are soft, but they want the money.
And Dak's still getting dudes blown up in a game that ain't physical.
And I'm going to tell you like this.
In a game that ain't physical.
And I'm going to tell you like this. If Dallas don't get Dak 65, see, this is the whole thing. Dak going to get his money. Dallas may not get a quarterback. Because this is what I do know.
I'd rather him get his money somewhere else than here.
This is what I do know.
I'm cool with that.
This is what I do know. If Dak Prescott throw 30-something touchdowns and with single digits interceptions, like he had 3 times in his career, he gonna get $65 million. And whether I would give it to him or not.
I hope he does wherever Vanderish is at, somewhere else.
Yeah, somewhere else.
Just like you said about Vanderish and the other guys. I want you to get your money, just not here, dog.
I do too. I want CD to get him. I don't want him. I wouldn't.
I want CD. That'd be foolish.
I wouldn't get CD, the highest paid receiver in the league. I wouldn't get CD that much.
Eyeball test. I've been watching CD. I've been watching him come up since college.
So
CD is
the
that
best
dude.
receiver in the league.
He's one of them, no doubt. Absolutely.
No.
He's top 5, no doubt.
So you go.
Absolutely.
So if you 5,
I'm paying CD.
So if you number 5,
I can't replace CD
you
like
want to
that.
make more money than number 1 if you number 5. That don't make sense. Get number 5 money. What I would do, I would give CD the
number
average.
1 said he's the best. So I believe I said he's one of the best. I said he's top 5 for sure. So yeah, I think CD is absolutely in there. It's between CD and Jamar Chase to me. Those are the 2 top dogs.
I would take Tyreek Hill over CD.
And Tyreek Hill.
I would take Tyreek Hill.
Those are the 3 guys.
I would take Jefferson over CD. To me personally, I would take. It's about 5 or 6 receivers I would take over CD Lamb.
Hey, football season gonna be fun.
So it's gonna be fun because if Dallas pay these boys the money, guess what they're gonna do? They can pay CD,
pay Mike and CD because they got ability.
And they can pay CD and Michael, and they gonna still lose in the first round.
Let that go. Let's get Trey Lance in here.
Let that go.
I need to see the young talent now.
Yeah, get somebody else.
I'm tired of seeing stale Dak.
Yeah. Get somebody else so we can not make the playoffs and get 8 wins, and then he'll be better than Dak also.
I'm tired of seeing Dak. I'm tired of it's over. It's a done deal, Dak. Just play it out, man.
Hey, I've been tired of the Dallas Cowboys.
Eight games
I've been tired of the Dallas Cowboys for the last 20 years. The 13 years with Tony Romo and the 9 years with Dak. No, 9, 13, and 21 years. I've been sick of the Dallas Cowboys quarterback because over the last 21 years, they done both won 4 playoff games.
Yeah, it's bad. It's bad.
Apiece.
It's
2
bad.
apiece. So I'm so sick of the Dallas Cowboy quarterback. I'm so sick of these Dallas receivers.
It was Quincy Card in there. We had some other Vinny Testaverdes in that time frame.
No. Tony Romo was here 13 years. Dak been here 9. That's 21 years of these sorry quarterbacks.
Yeah, but Tony Romo wasn't playing the whole time he was here. He was on the bench for a minute.
Okay,
he was on the bench for like 4 or 5 years.
No, he wasn't on
because Chad Henne was here. Quincy Carter was here. Vinny Testaverde was here.
John Romo started like 9-10 years.
John Kitna started before Tony Romo. Or did John Kitna come in when he got hurt one time?
But Tony Romo started 9 or 10 years. So we had almost 20 years of this.
Yeah, no doubt.
20 years.
Oh, I'm tired of it.
And I'm so sick of it. I wouldn't give none of these dudes. I wouldn't give Michael Parsons want to be the highest paid non-quarterback. You ain't playing like the highest paid non-quarterback.
I mean,
you
for 12 games.
You want, but we need you to do it for 18 or 21. We need you to do it for 21 because you got 17 and 3 is 20.
Yeah.
You got 17 regular season. I need you to do it for 20 games, and then y'all can get all the money. I'll sit up here and bid. I'll chip in some money.
No, I ain't chipping in nothing. Jerry got plenty of that. He don't need mine. They already chipped in for the stadium over there. So.
If Michael get a sack against San Francisco, I go on his podcast and send him some money. If you get a sack against San Francisco, I'm telling you how. And CD, he on there too. And if he catch a touchdown in the first quarter, still wait till Dak pad his stats like you do. Y'all both get y'all stats in the same time. Trash time.
It ain't CD fault. He didn't get the ball.
But I know this. I can go back 5 or 6 games last year because I kept telling you 2 or 3 balls hit CD hands before he catch one.
Absolutely.
2 or 3 hit his hands before he catch one. And if CD Lamb was as good as Dez Brown or Michael Irvin, I give him the money.
Just because he a lamb don't mean he a sacrificial lamb. So I got you, dog. So you ain't sacrificing yourself, and I get it.
Catch the ball, CD.
Y'all pay CD.
Catch the ball, we'll pay you, CD.
Tear your ace. But
give a sack, Michael Parsons. Dak, don't throw a pick 6 in the playoffs, or we'll pay you. I got something for all these boys. Quit doing that stuff. We'll pay you.
So lastly, these Rangers,
but not leastly.
Yeah, not leastly, these Rangers done fell back 3.5 games. So y'all don't get a graphic this week. Nah.
Hey, this whole thing. This is the whole thing. I ain't gonna even be worried about the Rangers till how many games they back?
3.5. They still got time. There's a lot of trades going on right now. A lot of trade
they
deadlines.
got the top 2 teams gonna play?
Yeah, so they got. It's not top. It's the winner of the division, and they got wild cards. So you got the winner of the division. If they make the wild card, then they'll go.
So what position they in for the wild card?
I ain't even look. I don't think they're in a good one though, because they've been playing pretty bad though.
Yeah, but this is the thing about baseball. If the Rangers this August, if they get hot in August, September, man, there you go.
Yep. Yeah, no doubt. No doubt.
And I still believe in Bruce Bochy, man.
Oh, gotta believe in Bruce Bochy. Yeah. But we just need these guys to come around, man. We got, Kareem Rocker. I heard he had a good outing last time in the minor leagues. Jack Leiter. He's been dominating AAA, but it's still questionable as to whether or not they're gonna bring him back up to the league. We're getting healthy in the rotation. Scherzer just came back a couple weeks ago. He threw last week, had a decent outing. So we're getting healthy, right? We're getting healthy. Josh Young just came back, our all-star third baseman. He had his hand injury early in the season. I believe he got hit in the hand with a fastball or something. Yeah. So we coming back, man. We getting healthy. We'll see what happens, man. Hopefully we can, turn this thing around. Still plenty of time left. Things really start to get serious come September. So hopefully our Rangers, they catch that good stride. But other than that, man, I think that's the last thing to talk about today, definitely appreciate y'all tuning in, man. Yes, sir. We're gonna jump over. We're gonna have a start a watch party here in about 20 minutes for the USA basketball in South Sudan. So if you want, come on back through, man.
Yeah,
we're gonna have some fun.
Say something. Let's see what we're gonna do.
Yeah, but if you see something, say something. But until next time, man. Appreciate y'all. We'll see y'all next week, sometime around noonish. Peace.
Welcome into a realm where the pulse of sports thrills and the spark of technology sizzles. Join Ronald Boleware and your charismatic host, aka Jonathan Anderson. Together, they unpack the latest in sports and technology. This is Noonish Sports and Tech.